So finally, British actor Michael Ward has been found not guilty of 2 counts of rape and 3 counts of sexual assault by penetration by, is it Snaresbrook Court somewhere in London? I think this happened on Friday. And I've just been looking and seeing what everybody is saying. And I've been seeing quotes like, just because he was not found guilty does not mean he didn't do it. Just because he was not found guilty does not mean he didn't do it. And whenever I hear people say this, honestly, it annoys me because what I'm thinking to myself is if we're going to let the court handle a case and if we all agree that that's the right place to go to prosecute people, then why is it that when the court actually makes a verdict that doesn't favor our sentiments and our biases, people try to invalidate the power of the court? And I've said this before, my problem with rape cases is the fact that somehow a man can be accused of rape and just by mere accusation, he's treated as though he is guilty. But in actuality, it's an allegation. And allegations are not facts. But we live in a world where people want to believe anything women say, especially when it has to do with sexual assault or rape. But at the same time, if the man is acquitted of all charges by the court, they don't want to believe that the man is free. So it's almost like by all means, you have to be a rapist. You guys just want men to be rapists by all means. It's that whole gynocentric mentality of men bad, women good. So every accusation against a man is true. And every court verdict that pronounces a man innocent is not true. Of course, I do agree that there might be technicalities of crimes like rape and sexual assault that might be very difficult to prove in court. But I think we need to take a side. And when I mean take a side, I mean we need to agree that, well, whatever the court says is what we're going to take. Because it doesn't make sense if we believe that the court actually has the power to make verdicts and judgment. But at the same time, when the judgment and the verdict actually come and they're not what we want to hear, we invalidate the verdict. And this is why I don't understand companies and organizations that immediately suspend people and punish them for allegations, especially men when it has to do with rape accusations. We know it is one of the fastest ways to destroy the legacy of a man, to destroy everything the man has worked hard for. Because that is not following due process. That's jungle justice. Jungle justice is believing that someone probably did something and taking laws into your hands by, even with public shame, deplatforming them, taking away privileges from them without the court having said anything. And if you do believe in that, that means that any accusation that is laid is true just because it's an accusation. We cannot live like this. We cannot live in a society where every testimony, every accusation against someone that's not proven to be true is taken as though it's true. And even when the court overturns it and shows that it is not true, you somehow hold on to your biases. Are you guys okay? What do you mean by just because he was not found guilty does not mean he didn't do it? So what is the proof that he did it? He was found not guilty. So what is the proof that he did it? Listen, this is how their mind work. These rabid feminists and their useless male allies, they say stuff like, just because the court declared him not guilty does not mean he didn't do it. But just because he was accused doesn't mean he did it. How about that? No, but you guys want to believe just because he was accused means he did it, and just because the court did not find him guilty doesn't mean he didn't do it. It's like when you really want to hang someone, you try your best. You just want to find a way to justify. And the people who think this way are people who have gynocentric views. Yeah, we live in a gynocentric world. It's all about women, women, women. And by the way, rape and sexual assault are grievous crimes that should be met with the full weight of the law. But then we need to be very careful with allegations and how we treat allegations, because anyone can be accused. You might say, oh, well, I'm a woman, but you're going to have a son one day. And even if you don't want to have a son one day, God will give you a son. You have brothers, you have male friends. You have men around you. It always seems so far until it happens in your camp and then you understand. Initially, when she spoke to the police, she actually said she didn't find him attractive, she didn't flirt or whatever. And then in the court, at some point she said, although she flirted back and she found him attractive, she was pressurized. So there were so many inconsistencies in what she was saying. Michael Ward didn't have a number. They were communicating on Snap. Guess what? She sent Michael Ward a message first. But initially, that wasn't what she said. I think after everything happened, Michael Ward was still checking in on her and they were talking. She screenshotted this conversation and I think she gave it to the police. And she deleted everything she said in response to what he said. She said she was embarrassed. How can you have deleted messages? You cheated on your boyfriend, so I heard, allegedly. You lied. Your testimonies are very inconsistent. I think it did happen twice. After the first time, you said you were not comfortable with this guy in the same environment or whatever. You guys still had another round of sex and you followed him. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So her story was very inconsistent. Her testimony was very inconsistent. The things she said were very inconsistent. But maybe because, this guy is an up and coming actor, well known here in the UK. She wants to cash out. You see, I'm going to say this. Just because you regret sex with a man does not mean he raped you. Just because you regret sex with a man does not mean he raped you. Because some women are so manipulative that when they don't have their way, when they want something from you and you don't give it to them, they somehow go back in time and they change how they felt about maybe when you guys had sex, and they decided, oh, well, because I feel this way, because I just want to change how I feel about it so that I can make up this narrative and destroy this guy's life. What happened with Mendy? He left the club. He was treated like trash. At the end of the day, he was not guilty. Unless you guys are saying, you know what? Every rape allegation is enough to destroy someone's life. We don't even need to go to court if you guys will not believe what the court says. So why is there a court if at the end of the day you're telling me that, oh, well, because he's not guilty does not mean that he didn't do it? Why is the court there? The jury unanimously agreed that he was not guilty. Unanimously, all of them. There was no opposition. This is why it pissed me off when Jed Spence refused to shake Thomas Partey at the World Cup because of an accusation, because of an allegation. Yes, I get it. You might actually personally believe that this person did it, and it's fine to believe, right? There are accusations and allegations are here towards certain people that I can believe, but you don't talk about it as though you were there, that you were so sure. And it was just a handshake, for God's sake. And as successful black footballers, you know very well that there are women who live off against rape accusations, false rape accusations. They make a fortune for it. It's an occupation right now. And this is why young black successful men need to stop having one-night stands. You need to stop having one-night stands. It typically happens with people they don't know. They just met the person. How do you just have sex with someone you just met? I've said this and I've said it so many times, and that's why I respect footballers who get married really early. Get married, settle down. Stop jumping around the pans of strange women that you don't know. You don't know their intentions. You don't know who they are. It's always in the club. Michael Ward had sex with this girl for the first time, met her in the club. Benjamin Mendy had sex with multiple women that he met in the club and at parties. So as much as false rape accusations are absolutely disastrous and we must frown on it, you also need to be very careful not to live a reckless life where you're jumping from one pant to the other. You don't know them. You have no relationship with them. Just get married. Get married. Have children. There is nothing out there. Get married to a woman that you love. Build your family. Focus on your legacy and leave all of these things. At the end of the day, you see, when we talk about abstaining up until marriage, you see that it has a lot of benefits. You are not at risk of any sexual disease. You are not at risk of all the emotional baggage and mental baggage that come with sleeping with someone you're not committed to. You're not at risk of single parenting. You're not at risk of a rape accusation. Yes. So as parents, you need to drum it into the ears of your children. Marry early. It's better to marry early and marry right, of course. It's better that they start early to prepare their minds that they are going to marry instead of jumping around, planting their seeds everywhere, having sex. It's only someone you've made love to that can accuse you of rape. Not only, but typically that's the case, especially when it's casual sex. Casual sex destroys. I'm very sure now that if you take Michael Ward back to the night of that party, he wouldn't have had sex with the girl. Just get married, guys. Get married. Please, I'm begging you, get married. I love what Bukayo Saka is about to do. Get married. He's already engaged. Get married to the girl. Especially if you're a black man in the Western world. Because trust me, the scrutiny you'll face will be double because of your skin color. The last thing I'm expecting from Michael Ward is to sue the girl for false accusation, for defamation of character, yes. I don't know why the courts are not doing it, but for every case that's been proven to be false, every rape case, the alleged victim should be sued and they should face the same sentence for rape. So I really hope that he sues that girl, takes everything from her, makes sure that at the end of the court battle that she's left with absolutely nothing than the clothes that she'll wear to the court. Some of these vile, wicked women need to learn. I genuinely hope that Michael bounces back and takes his acting even more seriously at the end of the day. I don't like when people say, oh, the damage has already been done. No, we're not going to let that fly this time around. If Michael is discriminated against on the basis of something the court has already made a verdict on that he was not guilty for. I think he should be able to press charges because that's inequality and prejudice. I believe that his career is not done for. I believe that he can do great things, but you see, maybe he needed to learn this lesson so that when he's amassed even more success, he'll be very careful and he will know that at the end of the day, there is really no gain in casual sex. No gain at all. Just get married.